Hey guys, what is kickin'? Welcome back to my channel. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I had laser eye surgery, specifically PRK surgery. It is not LASIK. I put LASIK in the title, but when I was searching for information on laser eye surgery, LASIK was the only term I knew, so I'm assuming that a lot of people, the only term that they know is LASIK. So that's why I put that there. And I also put experiences because I actually had completely different experiences in my left eye and my right eye as far as like the surgery and recovery goes. PRK stands for photorefractive keratectomy, and a lot of people who are candidates for PRK are not candidates for LASIK. So if you have thin corneas, or if you're involved in combat sports, both of which I do, that would make someone not a candidate for LASIK. So with LASIK, what they do is they actually cut a little flap in your cornea. They pull it back, the laser goes in, reshapes your cornea, and then they put the flap back on there. So when you walk out of LASIK, you can pretty much walk out with 20/20 vision the same day. PRK, the recovery period is a lot longer. What they do is they actually dissolve the top layer of your cornea, the laser reshapes it, and then you have to regrow your own cornea. So it could take between 3 weeks, a couple months for you to see clearly with PRK surgery. In my case, I was able to see very clearly, almost 100%, 3 weeks after my surgery. And it is phenomenal, and it has only improved since then. Now previously, before the surgery, this is without contacts, without glasses, I could see 20/80 in my left eye and 20/200 in my right eye. My eyes were corrected. I can now see 20/30, 25-ish, 20/30 in my left eye and 20/20 in my right eye. You guys, this surgery was legit the one of the best decisions I have ever made in my entire life, and I am so, so thankful, and it turned out absolutely wonderful. I would, hands down, do this again a million times over because I am so, so thankful. Now, I have a lot of things going on with my eyes, so up until recently, I wasn't really a candidate for laser eye surgery at all. I have strabismus. Usually folks will see 2 images and then their brain will fuse it into one image, so they see one image. I can only either see a clear image out of my right eye or my left eye. They don't work together. When I use them together, the image is not clear. It's very, very blurry. And that it's neurological. It has a lot to do with my optic nerve just not functioning the way it should. So that is my strabismus. And because I have strabismus, it also causes amblyopia, which means whichever eye I'm using to see, the other eye will turn out. So if I'm using my right eye, the left eye will turn out. If I'm using my left eye, the right eye will turn out. Now I'm trying to use both eyes to see with this video, so I can't see 100%. However, when I use my eyes, because of this surgery, when I use my eyes individually, I can see pretty much 20/20 or 20/30, depending on which eye I'm using, which is amazing. It's amazing. Now, the other issue that I have is called nystagmus, which means my eyes sort of move involuntarily, and that is neurological also. So the PRK surgery could not fix these issues because those are neurological. The PRK, however, could fix the astigmatism, which was my nearsightedness. And so now I can see everything even better than when I could with my contact lenses or my glasses, which is so freaking amazing. Like, I still wake up in the morning and I look around and I'm like, oh my God, I can see my bedroom. I can see my bedroom, which is absolutely amazing. So all other eye issues aside, I can see so well. So well. It's made my life so much easier, you guys. Not having to worry about contacts, not having to worry about glasses, and all of the things that go along with those. All right, so let me tell you all about my experience. I got my left eye done first, and I got my right eye done 2 weeks later. I sort of booked this consultation on a whim. I was told by my doctors that I was not a good candidate, and they did not recommend that I get this type of surgery because my left eye nystagmus is so bad that if I lost my right eye, life would be very, very difficult for me. And with both of my eyes together, the nystagmus isn't so bad. But if I were to lose my right eye, my left eye just kind of goes crazy. I can't focus at all on anything. So life would be tough. So that's what my doctors told me. So when I booked my consultation, I was actually looking for contact lenses for people with astigmatism because I really, really wanted green contact lenses. And that's beside the point. I never did find a good company that could make contact lenses specifically to fit my corneas, because I have big eyeballs, you guys. The diameter of my eyeball is just huge, and most contact lenses don't fit. So all that aside, when I was looking for contact lenses, I saw an ad for LASIK in my city, and I started thinking, I'm like, what if I just book the consultation? Turned out to be free, so the consultation was free. So even if I went, talked to the doctors, decided not to do it, it's no money out of my pocket. So I booked the consultation, and they said to allot 3-4 hours. On the day of my consultation, I was like really wicked nervous, and I actually had thought about canceling it several times. I'm like, what am I doing? This is stupid. Why am I even bothering to do this? I'm not a good candidate anyway. So I went in, and they took a ton of different measurements on machines that I had like literally never seen before in my regular doctor's office. And, you know, they blew like puffs in my eyeball, and they took all kinds of measurements. They shined lights in there, all kinds of different cool stuff. And then I spoke to the doctor. She said, so what she told me, she was like, okay, you are a borderline candidate. I can't really give you a good yes or no whether you can have the surgery. You need to talk to the surgeon. And I was like, okay, all right. I was feeling at this point that I was kind of getting excited, and that I really did want to do it. So I booked an appointment to meet with the surgeon. And the office is 2 miles from my apartment, so I just walked there. So on my way home, they called me, and I was like really close to my apartment already. So they called me. She said, the surgeon is in today, and right now, he can see you right now if you can come back. So I hopped in an Uber, I went back there, and I spoke with the surgeon. He was very nice. He was very to the point. He's like, you're borderline. He said, we can do the surgery if that's what you want. He said, but you're borderline. So there's always risks. There's always risks in everything. And I said, can you perform the surgery on my eyes that move? So he said, we have this little tool that we can hold your eye still. And I was like, really? So I said, can you perform the surgery? He said, yes. He said, if you want to do the surgery, I will do it. And I said, well, okay. And he said, your next decision would be, do you want to get them both done at the same time, or do you want to just get them done one at a time? And I said, well, what do you recommend? And he said, in your case, probably would recommend doing the weaker eye first, and then waiting 2 weeks and doing the other eye. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So you guys, I booked my surgery for a few weeks out after that. I was so nervous, you know. I called my mom, and I was like, Mom, I don't know, should I do it? And she was like, you should just freaking do it, because I've wanted this for you for your entire life. Just do it. You know, she had an issue where she had to get surgery, and doctors told her that her life would be hard, that the surgery wouldn't work, that she shouldn't do it, and she went ahead and did it anyway, and it changed her life. So from her perspective, she's like, frickin' do the surgery. If it's going to change your life, do the surgery. So what happened was I got home, and you know, a week later, I started feeling really nervous, and I started questioning all of the measurements they took when I was in the consultation. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish they could do it again, because with my eyes, I have a very difficult time seeing through the machines. If I cover one eye, my other eye just, with this nystagmus, it just goes crazy. So it's very, very difficult for me to focus really clearly and get a good prescription in the machines. So I called them up, and I said, can we please take the measurements again? And I said, can we use the old school glasses? Do you remember those glasses where they put them on your face and they took the lens out and they put it back in, and then they switched out the lenses that way? Like the old school ones. And so I went back in for a pre-op appointment, And that's what they did. They ran the measurements again, and they were able to use those old school glasses. And my prescription was pretty much the same as what they had taken during the consultation. So I felt much, much better after that. And they did tell me that what would happen was they would take the measurements all over again right before the surgery. So they recommended that I take vitamin C for 1 month before the surgery and then 3 months post-surgery. So I started taking vitamin C, and I will flash it up on the screen here what I got. Don't remember offhand. So my first day of surgery came and I was super nervous, but I'm going to insert a little clip here and let you know how it went. Hey guys, I am here. It's the day of my first eye surgery, this eye, and I took an Uber here. I am currently at Boston Vision. I'm getting ready to go inside, and they said to allot 2-3 hours for to be here for 2 or 3 hours. I think the actual procedure only takes like 15 minutes, but they're going to go through all of the testing over again. And then I apologize in advance if I say anything stupid. I'm going to be doped up on Valium when I go back home. So they said to take a 4-hour nap. Anyway, I have to be there in 10 minutes, so I'm just going to go ahead and go inside. See you soon.
Picture of it.
Oh, that is awesome. You'll hold it with that?
Yeah, so this goes on the white part of the eye, and it has tiny little feet on there that help keep it from moving.
Wow.
And then if we need to, we can actually hook it up to suction, and it will kind of...
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Thank you. I just took my Xanax. I can't feel anything yet. Look. They Sharpied my eyeball. Hey guys, look, free snacks. Yummy, yummy. Hey guys, I finished with my very first eyeball surgery, and it was really like easy peasy. It was actually pretty cool. It was like looking into a kaleidoscope and seeing lots of like blinking lights all around. And now I'm headed home, and I don't feel weird. I feel very relaxed. I think normally I'm very high strung, so maybe a Xanax just makes me feel relaxed. I guess some people feel a little drunk and loopy. I don't. I just feel kind of chill. So that's very nice. And everyone is so nice here. I am so thankful for all of these people. Everyone was just so cool through the whole procedure, and they talked me through everything. And now I'm gonna go home, and I expect to be hurting in a little bit. I guess I have to go sleep for a few hours. And so I'm gonna do that. All right, guys, yay, peace out. So for my first day, I got my left eye done. And I gotta honestly say, I did not feel a thing. From the time I walked in there, they gave me a Xanax to calm me down a little bit, to calm my nerves. They put numbing drops in my eye, and he used a like little eyeball Sharpie to mark the points at which they were going to use a little tool to hold my eyeball still during the surgery. I didn't feel the eye drops. I didn't feel him marking up my eyeball. And I did not feel the surgery. So what they do is they clamp your eyelashes back so you can't blink. And it's really weird because you don't really feel it. You feel like you're blinking, but you're not blinking. So I asked him, I'm like, can I blink? And he's like, yeah, you can blink all you want. It's not going to do anything. So which was strange because I felt like I was blinking and it seemed like I was blinking, but apparently I was not blinking. They lay me down on this table, and they have this big machine that kind of swings out over your head. And then you look up, and you look up into these blinking lights. And I was told to stare at the green blinking light. So what they do is he put eye drops in. They counted down from like 30 or 40 seconds. And that's when the dissolving was taking place. Did not feel a thing. And then after that, he took this little bitty squeegee thing and wiped away my cornea. Did not feel that at all. They told me to look up at the blinking lights. I looked up at the blinking lights. The laser literally took like 3 seconds. It was like beep, 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 beep. Now, I've heard in other YouTube videos that people smelt burning. I did not smell any burning. I did not smell anything. I didn't feel anything. And then after they were done, they flushed my eyeball with water. I didn't feel that. And they popped the lens on. And then I was good to go. So the surgery itself took like 5 minutes. It was like super fast, super fast. And then I had to sign a waiver that I wasn't going to drive home. So I hopped in an Uber and I went home. Now they gave me sunglasses to wear, and I pretty much religiously wore those sunglasses for a month, oh, maybe a little bit over a month, because I was so scared of rubbing my eye or scratching my eye. When I walked out of the surgery, I could see so clearly, so very clearly. So then after I got my left eye done, they told me to go home. They told me to take a 4-hour nap. And they also gave me eye drops that I would use every few hours to put in my eye. Hey guys, I just woke up from a very long nap. Oh, I feel like I slept for forever. So the pain has started to kick in. My left eye is watering like crazy. It's not unbearable. It's just, I feel like I have something in my eye and my eye's trying to flush it out and it's not working. So it feels better to just sort of keep my eye closed. I thought I could wear my glasses, you know, because I have my lights turned down pretty low, so they're not bothering my eyes. But I can't see out of my glasses. My glasses, at least on my left eye, are totally blurry. Ah, that's amazing, you guys. I can see things pretty clearly on my left eye. So my prescription is no good anymore. It will continue to get better. They did say it will get worse before it gets better. So over the next few days, my vision will fluctuate. And then over the next few weeks, it will slowly get to 100%. This is incredible, you guys. This is amazing. My eye still is bothering me. So I'm going to keep continuing just to kind of lie here because I don't really feel like doing anything else. So a quick update. Good night. Hey guys, it's the very next day after my surgery, and I just had my checkup at 9 a.m. and she said everything is looking good, everything's healing well. There's not really any pain. I took my numbing drops this morning and my antibacterial, or the antibiotic drops, and then I took some Tylenol. So I don't really feel anything. It feels a little bit sensitive is all. You know, like you get sand in your eye, and then I can't open my eye all the way. Sorry, it's like really loud around here. But other than that, I don't really have any pain. There was one point last night where I woke up at probably like 5 a.m. and it hurt really bad, and I think that was the dry eye. So I put some eye drops in, I put some numbing drops in, and then within a few minutes it was gone. So I expect that that's what the dry eye is going to be like, which kind of sucks. But other than that, right now I feel great, you guys, and I can see. Not 100% yet, but I am excited to be able to see 100% in a few weeks. So they gave me 2 sets of eye drops. This one actually they called into a pharmacy, and then this one they gave me. This is a steroid antibiotic that I have to use 4 times a day, and this one is a numbing eye drop for pain. So I can use this 4 times a day as long as I feel pain. The evening after the surgery, it was pretty much fine. I felt a little irritation, but it wasn't bad. It was not bad until the next day in the evening. That is when it started to be very painful. It is 1:30 in the morning, Sunday morning, and I had my surgery on Friday afternoon. I ain't gonna lie, guys, I'm so done with this. I'm pretty miserable.
I've been just sort of sleeping off and on all day, and about 4 o'clock this afternoon, it really started to bother me. The Tylenol's not really doing anything, and I feel like the numbing drops aren't really doing anything anymore. And if they are, God forbid I be without them, because it's pretty painful. I do have some light sensitivity, but mostly I just feel like it's just it hurts. So it's hard to keep my eye open, and my eyes are watering. This eye is watering like crazy, and then my nose is running because my eyes are watering. I wish I'd gotten them both done at the same time so I wouldn't have to deal with this all over again. But I hear the second and the third day are the worst. So hopefully tomorrow I will be almost done with this, because I'm done with this right now. All right, I'll give you an update tomorrow. Peace out.
I highly recommend asking for a prescription Tylenol, so like a Tylenol with codeine. I highly recommend asking for that. I forgot to ask the first time. The second time around, I made sure to ask, and that helped so much. So much. It took the edge off where the pain was actually pretty bearable. So what they told me was my vision would get worse before it got better. Over the next few days, my left eye, my vision continually got worse. Hey guys, what's kicking? This is day 4. I am feeling fan-frickin-tastic today, you guys. There is no pain. I'm feeling great. I have so much energy. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I actually felt well enough to do a little work today at the computer. You know, I logged on and I was checking some emails. Granted, this eye is still very blurry. It is more blurry today than it was yesterday, and I really only need my right eye to read because my right eye is my dominant eye, and when I read, my left eye goes lazy. So I don't really have to worry about my left eye. Now, granted, in a few weeks, I'm sure it's going to be very difficult when I get my right eye done because it is my dominant eye. I can read a little bit with my left eye normally, but it gets tired really quickly. So when I get my right eye done, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to take a few more days off of work because I won't really be able to do anything. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. Anyway, today I'm feeling great, and I will probably check in later when something significant happens. Okay, see ya. Ciao. Hey guys, it's day 6, and I just got the protective contact lens out, so I thought I would give you a quick update. When I went in, they numbed my eye, and then he took what I thought were what looked like little tweezers and took the contact lens out. He said that there might be some irritation once I got home, and now I'm starting to feel the irritation a little bit. So it's a little bit more irritated today than it has been for the past day and a half or so. But it's not unbearable, and my eyes are still like super cloudy. It's kind of weird. It's like if you wear glasses and you have clear vision with your glasses on, it's almost like somebody took water and like flicked water on your lenses, so you have like little patches where it's like blurry and disorienting. That's what it's like today with my vision. But I took the vision test and he said I pretty much have 20/20 vision. So depending on which way I look, I have 20/20 vision, which is promising. Yay! So he said in a few more weeks it should be all healed up fine. So I will keep you posted. 1 week after was the worst, and I was actually very frustrated because I didn't realize how bad it would get. So after 1 week of just pure frustration, not being able to see at all out of my left eye, it started to get better again. 1 week after that, I went in for surgery on my right eye. Hey guys, I am about to go back in for eye 2, and I am hopeful. I'm excited, but I'm still not really ready to do this all over again. The first eye hasn't. The vision, my nearsighted vision is actually really good, and every day it gets a little bit further and further out. My nystagmus is pretty bad, but I've noticed it's less bad today than it has been than it was yesterday and the day before. So that's hopefully slowly getting better too. All right, you guys, I will give you an update. Let's see how this one goes. This eye, you guys, this eye, I have to admit, was rough. I felt everything. They gave me a Xanax. For some reason, it didn't really calm my nerves this time. I'm not really sure why I was more on edge, because I didn't feel anything the last time. You would have thought that it wouldn't bother me at all. This time they gave me the Xanax, and I actually should have asked for 2. This time he put the numbing drops in my eye to mark up my eye where the tool was going to go. And for some reason I still felt the Sharpie, and then my eyes teared so much it wiped the marks off. So I had to ask him to do it again. And then I sat for a few minutes, waited for the Xanax to work, which it didn't really work. And then I went back in for surgery on my right eye. This time they put the clamp, and I don't remember feeling the clamp at all. They put the eye drops, I didn't feel the eye drops. And when the eye drops are working to dissolve your cornea, you don't feel anything. However, I did feel the little squeegee that they used to wipe my cornea away. And it tickled. It didn't hurt. It tickled so bad. Like I wanted to flinch, I wanted to move, but I'm like, no, I have to hold still. Keep my eye still. What I did feel was them positioning the tool to hold my eyes from moving involuntarily. So the surgery again only took 5 minutes. However, right away, my eye was like, I don't like this. And it started to tear up, and it started to get swollen. And I walked out of there not being able to open my right eye. And right away, I asked him to call me a prescription in, because I knew this was going to be rough. So I left the office, I got in an Uber, I drove to the CVS, and they had called in the prescription, and they had actually filled it because they texted me. So they filled the prescription. I walked into CVS and they were closed, and I kind of freaked out a little bit because I was like, this is I won't get through the evening if you guys don't let me take my prescription. Turns out they were on lunch. So I had to wait 30 minutes, and I'm like sitting in the corner bawling. And of course, you know, it's all connected. So I have like snot running down my nose, and my eyes are all puffy, and I'm wearing my sunglasses, and I look like a hot mess, you guys. After I was able to get my prescription, I walked home, and then I took a 4-hour nap. So I am back home now. It's about an hour, maybe 45 minutes after I had my surgery, and I had to swing by CVS to pick up my prescription. I asked them to prescribe me a prescription Tylenol because last time the recovery was pretty rough. And I wasn't really going to do updates on this eye. However, I feel like this eye is going to be significantly harder than the other one. Last time, I did not feel anything in the surgery. The surgery went by, like, it was super breezy. It was just gone. It was done in like 3 seconds. This one, I did not feel the laser. I felt the little tool that they used to hold my eye still. I think because my right eye is a lot more sensitive to things. It's more sensitive to light. It's more sensitive to feeling, because it's my dominant eye, I assume. And oh boy, I got to admit it was rough, you guys. They did the numbing drops, but I still felt pretty much everything, and it was painful. It's interesting how different both of my eyes handled that same surgery. So I'll keep you updated on how this is going. I'm exhausted, so I'm going to take a little nap now. I can't even open my eyes, you guys. I can't even. It's like swollen and crying. I can't even open it. I'll keep you posted. Ciao. So then I went home and I took my nap. And this time was much, much easier the second day because of the prescription Tylenol. So do ask for prescription Tylenol. Even if you don't use it, it's better to have it, you know what I mean? So, and I actually wasn't going to really do updates on my right eye because the left eye just seemed so easy peasy. But since my recovery was so different, I'll go ahead and just tell you about it anyway. So my left eye, whereas my vision got significantly worse before it got better, my right eye, my vision really didn't get worse. When I had come out of the surgery, it wasn't terribly clear. And I figured it was just due kind of to the trauma that my poor eye had gone through. After the surgery, for the recovery, my right eye, the vision didn't really get worse. It kind of stayed in this sort of pseudo phase where I could see a little bit, but not really. And so I was kind of nervous because I wasn't sure it was healing correctly. And every time I looked at lights, there would be a halo. And when I looked at text, there would be very fuzzy text, especially like backlit text. Like I couldn't really see the text because the lights in the back were so bright. It was like a reverse halo. Over the next week, it didn't really get worse. It kind of fluctuated. It was almost like you dip your fingers in water and you throw them on glass and you know it's like splotchy like that. That's kind of how it felt. And so again, I was really frustrated because I'm like, what if this didn't work? What if it didn't work at all on this eye? So what if I'm not even going to get better? Because right after the surgery, I couldn't see that well. So, however, after the 2-week mark, I noticed I could see significantly better. So whereas my left eye got worse before it got better, my right eye just kind of stayed and fluctuated in this like not great but not bad phase for 2 weeks. And then it significantly started to get better. Hey guys, I thought I would give you a quick update. It has been 1 month and 2 days since I got my left eye done, and I can honestly say I see so freaking good with my left eye. So well, like even better than I could have ever imagined, even better than my contact lenses. I am amazed at how well I can see with my left eye. You guys, it's freaking amazing. Computer screens are still a little bit tough with the backlight, you know, it's a little off. So I expect that will improve, but right now I can see the world so clearly and everything is so sharp. Now my nystagmus is, I want to say it's actually almost worse. And I think it's because my brain is confused at the moment. My brain is like, what the fuck? You have never been able to see this well before. What is going on? Usually it's, my left eye is really only worse when I cover my right eye, then it moves a lot. But now that I can actually see with my left eye, I've been trying to use it more, and that also could be why. And so it's been 2 weeks since I got my right eye done. And I'm a little frustrated because I think part of it is because my left eye is so good and now my right eye is still kind of fuzzy. Like outside, I feel like I can almost see 100%. It's really good, but I'm having trouble looking at the computer screen. It's almost like a reverse halo, like the letters are kind of blending together with the backlight. It kind of it's fuzzy. It's very strange. But reading screens, reading my monitor for more than like an hour at a time is actually kind of difficult for my right eye. So every day is a tiny bit better. So I think it will still continue to improve. But as of right now, I can see the world very clearly. It's just reading and computer work and stuff like that. So anyway, that's my update. I will update you again soon. At the 3-week period for both of my eyes, I could pretty much see 95%. I would have thought it was 100%, but given it's today, about a month and 2 weeks after I've had my surgery, I can see so good. So good. So the improvement has been absolutely amazing. So post-surgery, I slept in my sunglasses for about a month because I was so nervous of scratching my cornea at night. And you do it, you don't realize you do it, but when something is irritating your eye, it's just an automatic reflex. Even if you don't think you rub your eye normally during the day, at nighttime, you can't really control that. So I slept in my sunglasses because I heard that there were several people that had to go back and get the surgery done all over again because they ended up scratching their cornea while they were sleeping. So they had to pay all that money all over again and go through that all over again. And I was like, no, I am not doing that. So make sure you sleep in your sunglasses or your goggles or whatever they give you for, I personally would do it for at least a month after the surgery. So for the dry eye, a lot of people are concerned about the dry eye. I personally, it wasn't that bad for me. I was instructed to use the preservative-free eye drops a lot post-surgery, and then now I still continue to use them, like, because my eyes tend to be very sensitive to like dust and like little fuzzies and things like that, and I will use these eye drops to flush my eyes out. So I pretty much go through 2 of these a week just because, I mean, there's not a whole lot in here. So this is what I currently use, the Systane preservative-free eye drops, or this one. And this is what I use at night. Now, I do tend to get dry eye at night, and this has been a savior, an absolute savior. I would highly, highly recommend getting this after your surgery. And then I started using this once they took the protective contact lens off of my eye. That's when I started using this, and I still use this now because at night I do get the dry eye. It's not horrible. It is uncomfortable. So I highly recommend using that, and I would keep bottles of eye drops at your bedside, so if you wake up during the middle of the night, you can just plop them in there, and then it's fine after you use the eye drops. So I constantly continue to use those, but for me, the dry eye was not as horrible as a lot of people say, thankfully. I was actually very concerned about that when I went in there. So you guys, a few of my tips to healing quickly, because fortunately I actually felt like I healed very quickly after the surgery. At 3 weeks, I could see from what I thought was pretty much 100%, and it is only improved from there. Take vitamin C, but 1 month before and then 3 months after your surgery, and that helps to protect against scarring. Wear your sunglasses all the time. Wear them when you sleep and wear them when you go outside. I continuously still wear sunglasses, especially on bright days, because your eyes are healing and you don't want to ruin any of those new cells. Drink plenty of water. Keep your eyes hydrated, just like your skin and all of those other beautiful things you want to keep beautiful. Use your eye drops all the time, even when you don't feel like you need them. And this is a big one for me. I know a lot of people are going to be like, excuse me, I'm not giving that up. But lay off the carbs. Lay off the carbs and the sugar, because carbs and sugar, they promote inflammation, which are not conducive to healing. So if you eat a lot of sugar, what your body does is it looks at it like a free radical and it goes and attacks the sugar. And if you're too busy attacking the sugar, then you don't have enough cells to heal your eyeballs. So lay off the carbs and lay off the sugar, which is really good for you anyway. Just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. So in conclusion, this was one of the best decisions I have ever made. And if you are a good candidate, I highly recommend that you look into getting the surgery. Don't skimp on the cost. It can be pretty expensive. Don't go to somebody because they're cheap, because you get what you pay for, you know. And also one thing to note, while this surgery is not covered by insurance typically, so I told them what kind of insurance, and they were all able to offer me a 15% off discount just because I had that insurance, which was pretty cool. So for halos, a lot of people are concerned with halos. I personally did not see halos. A little bit after the surgery, but at this time, a month and a half later, I don't see halos. I don't have any of the problems, fortunately, that some people say they do have after the surgery. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment below. And I will see y'all next time. Bye. Mwah.